Watched Patrick Ta's 2-hour live, which was essentially a mini masterclass, and I will never do my makeup the same, but while I was watching him work, I noticed a few things that he did that I think really separates his makeup artistry from like my kind of everyday routine. The first thing I noticed is that he holds his brushes so far back on the handle. Usually I'm like this, but holding from the mid to the back of the brush I think gives you a much lighter touch and gives you just an overall more airbrushed look. Next thing I noticed was that he used a very small amount of everything but worked in layers. I think he probably applied blush to this woman's face like 6 separate times, but just a little bit each time. I think this gave him the most application control, as well as making everything look a lot more like seamless and natural and blended. The next thing is that he used the tiniest amount of powder. He always says that he uses a supermodel amount of powder, and he was not joking. He barely set her face underneath her eyes and kind of around her T-zone, but with just the smallest amount. Last thing I noticed is that he cleaned up all of his lines. He cleaned up his contour, he cleaned up his wing, cleaned up under the jaw, and even on the lips, he put concealer around her lips also. That's definitely